Meanwhile, Montenegro's incumbent president, who has ruled the country for over 3 decades, will face an economist and former minister in the presidential runoff on April the 2nd. According to the results, Milo Djukanovic of the Democratic Party of Socialists won about 35% of the vote, while Jakov Milatovic of the newly formed Europe Now secured about 29%. The vote came amid a political crisis engulfing Montenegro, which started after the administration led by Prime Minister Dritan Abazovic lost a vote of confidence last year. The process of forming a new government has created another challenge, as the country is already suffering from ethnic divisions and global security challenges. Mirjana Miladinovic reports from Podgorica.
Montenegrins voted on Sunday to choose who will lead their country for the next 5 years. Out of 7 candidates, 2 Poles had seemingly emerged as favorites, pro-Montenegrin and pro-Western, represented by the Democratic Party of Socialists leader Milo Djukanovic, who has held prime ministerial or presidential positions for the past 30 years. The other choice, pro-Serbian and pro-Russian parties, represented by the Democratic Front leader Andrija Mandić. But the results showed that the so-called pro-Serbian option is not as strong as it was thought, and that Montenegrins preferred new faces. With no candidates securing more than 50% of the votes, citizens will now head to the polls once more. Djukanovic got 35.3% of the votes in the first round, according to preliminary results, edging out Jakov Milatovic, who received 29.2%. Djukanovic, one of Europe's longest ruling leaders, says he is satisfied with the outcome.
U finalu će građani suditi, kako god građani presude, što se mene tiče, to je unaprijed prihvatljivo, ali apsolutno sam ubijeđen da su argumenti na mojoj strani i da mogu da pobijedim i ovog protiv kandidata.
Djukanovic will face Jakov Milatovic, who is nearly half his age. He served as the economy minister in the so-called expert government, supported mainly by the church. After that government fell, Milatovic founded, together with his young partner and former finance minister Milojko Spajić, the Europe Now movement and tried to focus on the economy. And in his first electoral appearance last year, he won the local elections in the capital Podgorica with coalition parties.
Ovo je pobjeda koju su generacije i generacije ljudi u Crnoj Gori čekale, i kao što smo pobjedili Djukanovića u Podgorici prošle godine, tako ćemo ga poslati u političku penziju 2. aprila u potpunosti.
Immediately after the announcement of the preliminary results, Andrija Mandić, who won 19% of the votes, as well as the former president of the assembly Aleksa Bečić, who won 11%, called on voters to support Milatovic in the second round. The long history of Serbian and Russian meddling, the impact of the war in Ukraine and Montenegro's EU aspirations have given voters 2 different paths: stay the course or a new approach. On April 2nd, voters will have 2 choices: veteran politician Milo Djukanovic, who led Montenegro towards independence and into NATO, or the younger Jakov Milatovic, who returned to Montenegro in 2020, claiming that the country needed new people and energy to lead it into the EU. Djukanovic may also count on some new support.
On može računati na SDP-ove glasove, da će oni glasati tu vrstu politike koju personifikuje Djukanović, prije svega u spoljne politike koju personifikuje Djukanović, ali može računati i na glasove birača koji su na privremenom radu u inostranstvu. Prije svega na glasove Bošnjaka i Albanaca, jer vidimo da u tim sredinama gdje oni su većina je jako niska izlaznost. I pretpostavka je mnogih analitičara da će i oni doći kad bude drugi krug, jer u prvom krugu je bilo izvjesno da Djukanović ulazi u drugi krug, kao i mnogi apstinenti koji bi glasali za Djukanovića, ali su odlučili da taj dan provedu drugačije.
Analysts say the failure of Andrija Mandić, who is considered a promoter of pro-Russian and pro-Serbian politics in Montenegro, to pass the second round also carries an important message for the region.
Rezultati ovih izbora, pa i pobjeda gospodina Milatovića, će biti dobar nastavak onoga što je smanjenje utjecaja Srbije. Dakle, država koja ima potrebu da još uvijek utiče na zbivanja politička u regionu, dakle, pobjede Milatovića i ovakav rezultat bi trebali da obeshrabre gospodina Vučića da se nakon kontinuitetu i dalje bavi Crnom Gorom i dešavanjima u Crnoj Gori, političkim dešavanjima.
If Milatovic wins the second round, it is almost certain that the country's foreign policy will also change.
Još jedna tema regionalna će biti dio drugog kruga, to je Otvoreni Balkan. Jakov Milatović se zalaže za Otvoreni Balkan, dok od Djukanovića imamo berlinski proces i direktno ulaženje u Europsku uniju. Otvoreni Balkan se smatra Vučićevim projektom kako da kompenzuje izvjesni gubitak Kosova za Srbiju.
But what's perhaps the key to stabilizing agitated passions in the Balkans lies beyond Montenegro.
Najvažniji trenutak na političkoj mapi i regionalnoj mapi je upravo ovo što se dešava trenutno u pregovorima između Beograda i Prištine i ta kompletna situacija kada dođe do njenog razrešenja zapravo bit će blagotvorna za čitav region.
Though the presidency is largely ceremonial in Montenegro, the ballot is seen as a key indicator of popular sentiment ahead of parliamentary elections set for June 11th. Mirjana Miladinovic, TRT World, Podgorica, Montenegro.